Our journey continues, and it brought us to Washington, D.C. And our great host, Jose, has been more than kind to accept us yesterday. He gave us a great dinner, presents, and everything. And now he's going to show us around Washington, D.C. Good morning, Jose.
Good morning.
You've been busy cooking breakfast.
I'm about to start.
Before we even got up.
Доброе утро.
Доброе утро.
And welcome.
Welcome. Что на завтрак? What are we having for breakfast?
Scrambled eggs with some vegetables.
Yeah, mushrooms.
Do you like?
Tomatoes. So Lena's bringing me some coffee.
Is it?
She said it's really strong.
Yum.
So it's scrambled eggs with a lot of ingredients: peppers, tomatoes, mushrooms. And
Sofrito.
that's right. And we got even some mango to give it some tropical flavors, and we got a strawberry and strong flavor full coffee.
Coffee from Guatemala.
Oh,
Wow.
coffee's from Guatemala. Okay.
Welcome to my home, and let's dig in.
That's right. That's the plan. Okay. And then comes the start of the show.
Gonna find my
The one and only Jose.
Hey. Only late.
All right.
So you got your NASA outfit, huh?
Yeah. Jose's saying this area used to be very poor. Now it's been gentrified, right? That's what you call it.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna pass by the stadium,
Okay.
and they did like a bunch of nice restaurants.
Please welcome our host for today,
Thank you.
Jose, an expert in Washington, D.C.
Well, I've been half a chunk of my life here, so it's a Puerto Rican restaurant down there. It's expensive like hell, but it's good. It's called La Famosa. People. Like a light burning. So much better you so much better
Stop by to get some street food, actually get some water, and Lena was feeling a little bit cold, and she expected the U.S. to be a lot warmer, but it's not really very warm at this time. You know, in Celsius it's like 14, so a bit chilly. And the street food, but she wanted to get some hot tea, and obviously they don't have hot tea, so we settled for water, but that's good too.
Do you like this area?
Yeah, lovely. There's an open space, you can go jogging. There's a music festival going on. Lots of people like playing frisbee, walking their dogs. It's just it's a lovely area to be in, you know.
Привет. Hello.
Привет.
Hello, people of the world.
Tell me a story. How did you you were born in Puerto Rico?
That's correct.
All right, and how'd you end up in the U.S.?
Finished my chemical engineering degree in the 80s. Was the second person to be interviewed for a job with the environmental protection.
Okay.
The first one they offered a job. And since then I've been in the DC area. In 1989 moved to Maryland, still working for the same employer, the U.S. Environmental Protection.
Wow.
And within by July, no later than December, I'll be retiring from the federal government.
Well, good for you. Good for you. You have some free time on your hands. That's wonderful. Now, what's your connection to Russia? You've been to Russia, and even during like the Soviet times, right?
That's correct. I went there twice. I went to Moscow, did some environmental presentation about the work I do for EPA. I did that for EPA at that time.
Okay.
And then I flew to Volgograd. I met with the officials there, just go environmental stuff. And then That was during the Gorbachev years.
Right. You have a lot of magazines that you showed us yesterday from the Gorbachev times.
Yeah, the turmoil as the Soviet Union system fell apart.
Right.
And then the Russian state raised from the ashes of the federation to keep the republic together. And then the second time was in the 90s. There was an environmental project in the city of Nizhny Tagil.
Nizhny Tagil, that is so close to Yekaterinburg.
It was quite an interesting town in the Urals. A new experience for me. And then that was a 2-week project.
2 weeks you stayed in Nizhny Tagil.
That's correct.
Quite an experience.
Met wonderful people there.
Met a lot of wonderful people?
Yes.
I bet you did.
They took me to a little dacha and all that.
Oh, it took you to a dacha. And that great building is the Voice of America. It's a radio station, and I was really never listening to it, but my mom, she told me stories when during the Soviet times they wanted to hear different opinions because of the Soviet propaganda. No information about the real events in the country was getting through, and so they would, at night, they would try to tune in and catch the waves of the Voice of America to see what's really happening in the Soviet Union. And it was also a nice station to get some modern music, like modern rock music, so they were taping the music from the radio station. So this radio station played a huge part in many lives of the Soviet citizens. I'm sitting in this beautiful place, and there's the Capitol. And the Capitol has 2 chambers. It's the Senate, and the Senate, for every state you get 2 representatives in the Senate. So altogether you got 50 states, so you got 100 representatives. Now the House of Representatives, you have 435 people, and each state is represented in proportion to its population. So say for California, you have 53. Now for a state like Connecticut, you got just 5 people. Native American Art Museum. Unfortunately, a lot of places are closed at the time. So here it says everyone needs a home, and bugs need a home too, and they build a special structure for the bugs to survive winter, and everyone needs a home except for the homeless. What a country. So I just learned that in DC you can grow your marijuana at home. It's legal. You can also own a gun. So, you know, smoke some marijuana, shoot some guns, you know. Starting to like this place, you know. So this is where Hosea used to live, and he's showing us this place. Okay.
It's like a lot of shootings, and used to be like a bar, and there were a couple of weekends where they're shooting a person every weekend.
So Jose is saying that this park, this lovely park in the mid-80s was a terrible place. A lot of shootings, a lot of
mugging. And now look, it's a brand new neighborhood.
That's what you call gentrification, right?
Yes.
Okay, so gentrification is good, apparently.
They do like housing accommodation, so certain percentage of the apartments needs to be available to low-income people, and they be subsidized by the government. So they tend to be a little smaller, less featured with the affluent people or the middle class moving in. And so basically how the housing department intervened to keep poor people in the low income available to the labor. Yeah. And there's the Vietnamese restaurant.
So you mentioned that DC sometimes feel like not a very safe place.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I have people broken into my car when going to restaurants, and once when I had a hatchback, and then I got a friend when he moved in to this area, that was in the 80s, and still we have crime today. And when he went into the apartment, that the guy came to meet him to show him someone was murdered in the apartment already.
Wow.
And it was like shocking. And then he got stuck. At the end, he didn't get the apartment, of course.
Right.
But you know, there's some crime that people may trying to take your valuables, and so they're trying to increase the police presence.
Right.
But if it gets crowded, so it gets dicey because you may have gangs that trying to rob your valuables.
But you say Alexandria is better, so you prefer to like eat out. If you go to eat out, you go to
Yeah, it's like a
Alexandria.
different crowd in Alexandria.
Okay.
A little bit more safe.
Okay, so it's less.
So depending, you know, it might be because of the level of incomes.
Okay.
But more affluent people come to King Street,
Okay.
and over there is more a mixture of everything.
Right.
So you can have like cheap restaurants and very expensive ones side by side. So, but crime have no race, no. You know, it can happen to anyone.
Right. Me and Lena, we're not into crime much, so we're going to Alexandria. You got your AK-47 from Russia?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good deal. These are timber houses, okay?
So the facade is, you know, like so
Yeah, it looks
brick.
like it's brick houses, but it's timber house, of course.
Bars are definitely jazz.
Perfect.
It's Europe, huh?
Like Europe, that's right. We are in King Street in Alexandria, and it's a really lovely place. We came here to have some crab cakes
And beer.
and some beer too. Why not? Russians are in town and everybody's happy. Well, Lana's live music. Let's get a glimpse of that. How you doing, pumpkin?
He's a scared dog, but
A bit.
he's cool.
Yeah. What's your name?
Ava.
Okay.
Well,
You're
my
from-
mom's coming.
You're from Alexandria. Nice to meet you. So here comes our beer. All morning Lana was like, "You're gonna have some beer, gonna have some beer." What's the name of the place, so we remember? It's the Chard House.
The Chard House. Well, they will charge your wallet here.
That's why it's called Chard House.
Say
Lana's
hello.
always cold, look at her. She's in America, she's
Hello now.
Холодно.
cold.
On
This
the
is a
Caribbean.
Puerto Rican guy. He's not cold. This is a Russian girl. She's cold. Got our crab cake.
Oh, yeah.
Looks wonderful.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
приятного аппетита.
Приятного аппетита.
Приятного аппетита.
Looks wonderful, doesn't
Yeah.
I'm trying this crab cake, and it's so tender, so flavorful. And I'm enjoying it. Thanks, Jose. That was a good suggestion. French. За дружбу.
Русский.
За дружбу.
Содружба.
За дружбу. Look at that. New York steak. Correct?
New York street steak. Yeah.
Jose likes his steak well done, and I like my steak. What'd you say to hear the cow mooing?
Mooing cow.
Right, I like mooing cow. That's the difference. Nice car.
We're here at the Torpedo Factory in Alexandria, Virginia. And we would love to say hi to you guys.
Come
Hi.
visit.
Come visit.
Come visit. All right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
this guy has the piece is called March to War, and he has bullets for tusks. And this, they were telling all of us that we should duct tape ourselves into rooms during that time, so that's what the duct tape is about. And then all of the articles on the outside of the elephant are about the lead up to the war in Iraq.
The lies.
Yes, absolutely. So annoying.
And the pictures are actual people.
Yep, these are family and friends. This is my dad and I actually went to this protest. There weren't that many protests against this war, partly because the Republican Party actually said, if you don't support the war, then you don't support the troops. You're not, you're not being supportive of it. And to my mind, I don't want to send young men and women off to fight a war for a lie. So, to my mind, that was a very wrong thing to do. So, anyway, and this is Dad when he's a baby.
Oh, you are the family.
And this is my elementary school principal, Miss Hilton. And that's my vice principal at elementary school. And my sisters, and that's me when I'm a kid.
And what is the theme in this particular?
Well, this one I really kind of didn't want to hit you over the head with it so much. I want you to sort of think about it, but she's supposed to be sort of raising and lowering her mask. But once again, my mechanics, I need to go to engineering school. But anyway, it's kind of about all of us have a face that we show to different parts of, one face is for your mom and your sisters and your teachers, another one for work, and that I think is about protecting ourselves sort of. And so this is a little bit about protecting yourself. So these are all bullet casings, and this is kind of like a house, and this is sort of like a woman sort of protects the house. I don't know, all those themes sort of woven in there, but I really want you to look at it and think, what does it mean to you? So.
Wow. Okay.
It's got like a monster with a heart. And I really don't love you.
Well, stop doing that. You destroy my vacation. Let's go. So Lana says she wanted a gelato. So what can I do? Let's go get a gelato. What say? You like gelato?
No, it's fine.
You're fine. It's fine. Oh, do you guys mind if we film a little bit?
What are you coming for?
Me.
Yeah. I think a salt caramel, please.
Okay.
One roll. How do you?
So we got small, medium, and large. and we also have-
This one, please. Small. Do you want? Do you want?
No, I'll take a coffee instead.
Okay.
We don't sit down to eat it. We gotta
Oh, thank
Oh.
you.
Yep.
Good stuff, Lana. Enjoy. Got your gelato.
Is it like Italian style, right? Gelato.
Yeah. So it's made by an Italian guy in DC. He makes it for us and then ships it here.
Cool.
Cool. Enjoy, Lana.
Thank you. Small coffee and cream.
Oh, appreciate it.
You're all set to go too.
Good deal.
Yep. Have a good one.
Enjoy.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And Jose knows the right places. If you're in DC area, that's the guy to ask.
Please pay for the parking fee.
Wow.
Please press the receipt button to issue
$5.
receipt.
Yeah, on Sundays only.
Yeah. That's a great deal, Lana. Parking is just $5. This is the famous Pentagon.
You see, it's kind of, it's like a fortress.
This is the Museum of African American History. Where are you taking us?
The White House.
Okay.
Biden's home.
Biden's home. Yeah. We're on our way to the White House.
Oh.
This is the closest you can get to the White House. I mean, I wanted to show you the White House, but it's just not there, you know. It's been like top security everywhere. You got Secret Service guys everywhere, and that's the closest we can get to it. And I mean, I got an appointment with Joe Biden at 7, and it seems like I can't make it. Oh my God. I was supposed to discuss some important relationships between Russia and the US. Like, what am I going to do now?
Russia today. Propaganda.
Started off as an anti-nuke protest, then it became more about the human rights issues, equality,
Okay.
justice.
All right.
How long do you protest? You said?
This has been here for 40 years.
The spot.
Yeah,
right?
June 3rd will be 40 years. We've never left Lafayette Square Park. We're usually straight across the street from the White House. And for First Amendment, human
Okay.
rights
Yeah,
against nuclear and atomic industry.
that's right.
So it's known as the William Thomas Anti-Nuclear Peace Vigil, but a lot of people say White House Peace Vigil.
Right. We wanted to get closer to the White House, but apparently it's impossible.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So a little something that we want from them, you know, and that doesn't mean only across the street.
Yeah.
And again, it's been here for multiple presidents now. We just want wisdom and honesty, but we also want it in Congress. Doesn't only start here. As we know, the voice of Washington, D.C. is silent in Congress, and there's several ways that could be taken care of. One is something that they're trying to fight for right now, which is statehood. And I'm not 100% all right with that issue, but I understand them wanting it if that's the only way that they believe that they can get treated like U.S. citizens. They're 100% U.S. citizens for people living in Washington, D.C.
This is the Trump Hotel, and Donald's waiting for us. So, disappointment after disappointment. Trump wasn't there to meet me, and so we can't have tea with Trump now. And this is, my friends, Jose's place of work. Federal Environmental Agency. Protection Agency. We got some Salvadorian food. And Lena's eating a taco. All right. And this bottle of Coke, you'll be surprised, but it's not American. It's from El Salvador. And it cost $6. But they say the taste is different, so we decided to give it a try.
It's a lot of sugar.
More sugar, that's why. Okay.